Guru Kripa Kevalam. Namaste and welcome everyone to Satsang today. Sadguru Shri Moji Baba Ki Jai. Good. No hands. Good. I haven't finished transcript homework. You should do the experiment of me calling some, instead of the hand. So some of the ones who are feeling a bit nervous or are not sure how all this works, it's good to just get them up and see. Okay, we'll come to Edward in a moment. We'll try the experiment first. So let's see. Can we go to Nikita? I don't feel like we've spoken before. Let's try this.
Sure.
You just mute everyone for a moment, then I'll come back to you.
Okay.
Is this your first time in Satsang?
Yeah. Yeah.
But you watch some.
But I have a little bit, yeah. Yeah. This one.
Okay.
Sorry.
Baby is okay?
Yes, she's good now. Yeah.
Get
Maybe not. Pardon me?
Do you want to get her with you? You want to keep her with you?
Yeah. Is that's okay?
Of course, my dear.
Okay. Okay. This one. Good. Good. If I have to ask something, I don't know what I have to ask or how to ask.
No.
Or if I have to, I don't have to.
There's
Okay.
no at all. But if you want to share anything or if you have a spiritual... Let's see, baby. How old is she?
Pardon me?
How old is she? I was saying.
How? Pardon me?
How old is the baby?
How old is the baby?
Yeah.
She's 9 months. 9 months.
Oh, wow.
Yes. She's Say hello. She's waving.
Full love, full blessings. Both of you. So
Thank you.
So happy both of you came. Hi.
So I've been watching and I've been wanting to come, but
Yeah.
Yet it's clear. What you speak about is clear. So I don't know if I have a question really.
Very good. Very good. So you feel like the recognition of that which is unperceivable is apparent, is clear? Don't worry about sounding arrogant. You cannot sound arrogant.
It is very clear. Yes, very, very clear. Very clear.
Very good, my dear. I'm so happy to hear the report. I'm very happy to hear the baby as well.
Thanks.
Put your hand up again.
Pardon me?
If you feel to come up a little later, you're welcome to put up your hand again.
And again? Okay.
All my
Okay. Thank you very, very much. You have no. Thank you.
so Bye. This is fun. Okay, let's see. Can we go to Sumit? Sumit.
Namaste, Father.
Namaste, my dear.
Thank you for calling me. I was just wishing in my heart. Thank you so much.
So welcome. So welcome, my dear. How is it going for you?
Like attending your satsangs have transformed my life. Like it all started with back in 2015 when I first met Guruji.
Yeah.
Like and seeing him instantly, like it is so clear. How can a person be like him? Like he's God, he's radiating the presence that was coming out of him. Like it was just so obvious.
Yeah.
And after that, should I go on to narrate my story or is it okay?
No, go on. It's good. It's good.
Yeah. And after that, I attended Ramdas ji satsangs in Delhi for some time before he left for Monte Sahaja.
Yeah.
Yeah. And since then, a lot of things have happened. And I see that my worldly life is also in support of my freedom. Earlier, I used to think that the spiritual life is separate. You have to work, and your work is separate, your life is separate, and the stories are different. But now I see that everything is in support of that.
Yeah.
And I was so strongly attached to the idea that I was not open to the now, like the invitation or something that it can happen in the instant or in the now.
Yeah.
So I always used to think that no, it is not possible. But since the last year, it has I have become open to this idea, and I think that it can happen. I even done some translations of Papaji satsangs in Hindi, and two full satsangs I translated, and I really felt that it's also a good practice to do the translations. Yeah, and he says that even for one instant, you can't free your mind. Even if you free your mind for an instant, you will be free.
Yeah.
Means a few earlier I would have not accepted this idea, but now I agree that yes,
very.
It can only happen now. and yeah, and one more thing, just a last thing,
Of
that
course.
yeah, that uh, I am currently in South Korea, not in India.
Yeah.
And the reason I'm in South Korea, because I chose satsangs,
Mhm.
because I was not getting enough time to even watch the recorded satsangs or something. Because earlier I thought that I would go and try and get some government job where I would have time to do all these things.
Yeah.
But I found that those expectations were not met.
Yeah.
So I had an option then. So keeping aside all other considerations, I chose that no, I will. If anything in the world is stopping me from having satsangs, even once in a week, that thing is not in my service. So I chose satsangs,
Mhm.
and now I have almost a year and of, like, I'm in total contemplation mode, because I am in a university, and here also the classes are online, so no disturbance. Everything is in good good support.
Very good. Very good. I'm so happy. So happy to hear from you. Very.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so
It
much.
is a, we can contemplate something that Sumit said. So he said that nothing in the world is actually in opposition to my freedom, to my truth. And actually, it's impossible for anything in the world to be in opposition to your true truth. Yes. You may have an idea of your spirituality or your truth, but your experience of God, you see, the truth of your being, it cannot be taken away by anything that may appear. And this we can try. No matter what the content of the experience may be, you have to be first. And that being itself is consciousness. See? So it is the substratum itself on which all these experiences come and go. It is God itself in which everything happens. So anything may happen in the world, but nothing can take you away from yourself or your being. The absolute, which is aware even of being, for that the question of taking away or coming closer doesn't apply at all. But even for being itself, how to lose it? What can show up in this manifest play that can take us away from our being?
Nothing.
And therefore, actually, then, the notion of support or not support, or in service or out of service, doesn't really apply. You see? Because there's nothing that can not be in service to it. If nothing can appear in the field of consciousness, you see, which can take consciousness away from itself, then in a positive way, we can say everything is in service to this discovery. If that is the true longing that consciousness has, if that is the true will of consciousness, then everything that appears, it can use for its own introspection and contemplation. But if it is playing and if it wants to play with the lila more, then it could be the most contemplative cave with nothing to fool around with, and yet it'll find a way. You see? So it's never in the
Yes, yes.
content of the experience itself. You see? Life is always in service in that way. And that is why we can say thank you to everything that appears. If it is not truly in service, then we would not say thank you to everything that appears. So try to push away your being. Like don't be. Don't have the experience of consciousness, God, consciousness, being, whatever you call it. Who can do it? Are you not being now? Who's not being? That being belongs to whom? The being that is here, who's the owner of it? Is it not the same unlimited one? Is it not the same omnipresent one that we have been searching for? So hug your own being. See? And you don't have to physically do anything. I'm just gesturing. Hug your own being and see that nothing can appear to shake this or take this away from you. So this is the being's embrace to itself. What can come now to shake this away? Who can take God away from God? Does anything have to change in the content of our experience? And if any of you are relatively new or you're trying to grasp at this being, don't grasp at all. Try to not be. Do the reverse. Don't be for a moment. See if you can do it. There's no holding, grasping needed. Just naturally, more intimate than your breath, you are. The recognition of God, the recognition of beingness is so simple. It's that simple that it cannot be done. You see, because the minute you try to do it, it seems to escape. Just, just letting go makes it so clear. But what you cannot do is try to fit this God into a box that you create, into a projection that you may have about it. It will not conform to your projections, neither will it dance to your projections. What I mean is, if you have an idea about what it should be, it will be nothing like that. Because you cannot have an idea about this. Now, if you have an idea also about what it must do for you, how it must help you, all of that, you can forget about it. Just being for the sake of being. It doesn't matter whether your relationship is going well or not. God is with you. God is you in a way. Doesn't matter how much money you have in the bank or whether you have a roof over your head or not, because God is with you. Doesn't matter whether this body is healthy and strong or diseased and depleting, God is with you. And even the idea of finding freedom or not, becoming self realized or not, doesn't matter because God is with you. It is not the most powerful force in the universe, it is beyond the universe itself. Even the universe is nothing but a plaything for your being. That is your magnificence. So the miracle is not really the discovering of this, because that is so simple. The true miracle is how we confuse ourselves with that which we are not. That is why it is Maya, the great magic. This being, which is ever present, some of us have spent years and maybe lifetimes searching for it. Isn't it strange? That which is always here. In fact, here is built on top of this. Is it? That we have searched for, that which we can never be, that we have posed as. And wearing that mask of the impossible, we have tried to find that which always is. But all that was needed was to let go of this mask, the impossible limitation of the ego. This being, what does it need? What is missing? What effort are you making to be? Are you trying to be? In fact, it is the trying to be which is the ego. See? It is trying to be something. What is holding up the sky? More natural than that is to be. And if you are truly spiritual, as we all claim to be, then this is what you are looking for. But if you're looking for something else, then it is as materialistic as any other desire. If you're looking for some fireworks, some benefits, some halo, some siddhi, then it's worldly, no? Because the world is all phenomena. All that we can refer to as God in our mind is just an aspect of this being itself. All the forms of God that we may worship are the very aspects of your very being. So invite anything that can shake this now. Don't run away from anything. See if you can be shaken. See if to be ever becomes effortful. Now, all you have to do is not fit God into your image. Don't try to make a mold in which God has to fit. Don't try to have an idea to which God has to conform. Don't even label your experience. Don't understand. Remain in this simplicity. Don't give my next question to the mind, but gently recognize that you are aware of even this being. Effortlessly, motionlessly, without any quality or attribute, you remain independent of all phenomena, all appearances. That Brahman, that Absolute. Is this simple awareness. So that place which is not a place is where being takes birth. It is you who witnesses even this. You are aware that you exist, that you are. So let go of all worldly concerns, Bathe in your immaculate beingness. Let go of all worries about time and space. Let go of all narratives. Which past can you have? Which future can you go to? Every past is only you. Every future is all you. You have no story. You have no birth, no death. There's nothing that you have done or not done. All appears only within you. All disappears also only within you. Okay, thank you, Sumit, for instigating that. That was not the plan, but okay.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay, some hands are up. Let's see. I haven't heard from Olivera. Olivera.
Hello, Father.
Hello, my dear.
Namaste. Thank you for calling me. It's difficult to speak now after after what you've been sharing now. It was so deep. There's a question for some time now that's bothering me. Since I'm watching satsangs for years now, there's tendency to if something comes, if there's a situation, for example, I have troubles with my father or something, and there's this natural response. I get nervous, I get agitated, and then it happens in all situations now. And then immediately what comes is, okay, I apply spiritual solutions to the situations, and then I have the feeling, and it's such a conflict between what I naturally feel, what naturally comes up, and between what I've learned from satsangs.
Yes, I understand.
And and there's a feeling that it's so burdensome, such a conflict all the time.
Yeah.
And there's a feeling that I can go with either the two of the positions. I can follow either my natural uh, feeling about someone or something, or I can apply spiritual knowledge
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and go
I can
with
speak a few things about this. I can speak a few things about this because I meet many in this kind of situation, spiritual seekers who have learned so much spirituality being in satsang, then try to apply spiritual knowledge to make their life better. So let me try to shine some light on this thing and why it doesn't seem to work a lot of times. And even if it does work, it seems to work only temporarily or provisionally, and then the whole cycle seems to repeat itself.
Yes.
I'm going to start with something that you said. You used a phrase called spiritual solution. So let's really look at that. Like, the spiritual solution has to be the response to the spiritual problem, isn't it? So there is only one spiritual problem, you see, and that problem is a misidentification, or we can call it the Leela, you see, where that which we really are, because of the play or because of Maya or whatever we want to say, takes itself to be something that it is not. That which is unlimited, that which is so beyond time and space, takes itself to be objective, limited, body mind, with birth and death, all of these attributes. So that is
Yes.
singular spiritual problem. And all confusion, all suffering is only a result of this problem. You see? Now, what happens is that this idea that we have about ourselves, you see, then takes on ideas of spirituality and tries to make this idea better by being spiritual.
Yes.
So, when usually we are looking at spiritual solutions, we are looking for a solution for the one which is not really true. You see?
Yeah.
So
Okay.
we try to
Okay.
use it as a solution for that person. But that person is what spirituality is solving. That is the only thing it is solving. You see? So
Okay. Yes.
you see what I'm saying? But
Yes.
when we try to find a spiritual way to make our life better, you see, then we are in one way or the other just reinforcing to ourselves that I am this limited body mind who has this
Oh,
linear narrative of life, you see, and these things are not as they should be, these things are as they should be, but all from the lens of an individual entity.
okay.
Is
Yes.
the only
Yeah.
spiritual solution then is to just clarify what is it that I truly am.
Okay.
Not how I can make the story better, or not how I can prevent some things from coming in the world of appearances, not how to change my feelings, none of that. Because in all of those, we are taking ourselves to be the limited one.
Okay.
The
Yes.
the unlimited being which you were discovering when as I was speaking earlier, does that have a problem with anything that appears?
Not at all.
Not
Not at all.
really. So it's only when we take ourselves to be the story character, and then that story character tries to apply, you see, the learned
Yeah.
spirituality, spiritual knowledge, which mostly then becomes conceptual. You see, it tries to apply the spiritual concepts to make the life or the story of the character better. That is not what it will do. In fact, it may make it even worse.
Yes. Yes.
Because it creates further contradiction.
Yes.
Like most non-spiritual ones in the world, if they have a headache or they have a fight with their father, they will say, "Oh, I just have a headache," or "My father is so bad, I don't like him," and they'll just deal with it directly.
Yeah.
What happens with
Exactly.
spiritual ones? You see, one, they're feeling upset with the headache or their father or whatever, but they're also saying, "But I'm spiritual. I shouldn't feel this way. I should be over this stuff by now." So they're dealing with even more baggage or garbage than the regular
Yes. That's
so-called
right.
normal human beings. You see, so so we must uh, let go of trying to use spirituality to improve our life. I know it can sound very strange because all of us apparently came into spirituality to improve our life. But there comes a point where the light of your recognition becomes so strong that you see that this me that I took myself to be was just a narrative, was just a set of ideas. You see? Now, any attempt to try and use God to improve a set of ideas is very strange, isn't it? So, so, so the, when you don't remember, then you don't remember anyway, right? So whatever is happening. It's fine. But when you do remember, remember that the only suffering is confusion about what you are. The only problem
Yes.
is confusion about what you are. Don't try to solve anything else, at least spiritually. In the worldly way, you may try to whatever you want is fine. You see? But use spirituality only to shine the light of self discovery on yourself. You see? Then you will find that the notion of problem and solution doesn't really exist for you. Just like in a playground, just like Disneyland, many events may come, many ups and downs may happen in a roller coaster. You see? But none of it is a problem. It's all part of the game, it's all part of the play. So, so if you don't identify with that which you are not, then there is no such thing as problem or solution.
Yes.
So this is very useful because many of us who have now taken on a spiritual identity, then try to use the spirituality to make the life of the spiritual identity better.
Yes. Oh, this was really useful because it's so exhausting.
Yes, 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 yes.
Uh,
And these are the traits of the spiritual seeker. You see, they always feel like they are almost there. You see, they always feel like they're almost there. They feel like their life has to change now. You see, they feel like because of spirituality, something has to become better in their life. You see? We must leave that identity completely.
Yes, yes. This was really so clear. Thank you. Um, just one another thing. I developed an anxiety about not not getting it yet.
Ah,
So many years, so many satsangs, so many books, so many contemplations, and I see that I'm getting more and more anxious and to the point of total panicking.
yes. Okay, I want, and because it's very important, and I see this condition in some of you. Uh, Anything that you hear in satsang, if it makes you feel guilty, unworthy, or anxious, just throw it away. You see? Just throw it away. It is not meant to create any of that. You see, firstly. Secondly, now for a few minutes with me, you do an exercise. Instead of trying to get it, try to lose it. You see, don't try to get it. So, what I'm telling you, you cannot lose. You see, your being, you cannot lose. That which is aware of your being, you cannot lose. And that is all that you need to discover. So now, don't try to get it. Are you still being?
Yes.
That's it. That's all you will ever get in satsang. You see, don't go with the but, because I know the mind will say ba. You see, ba. You see. Now again, don't be. Can you do it?
No.
That's it. That being is the discovery. Are you aware of this being?
Yes.
That's it. That's it then. You see? Nothing more than this. You see? Now, the only thing that will trouble you is if you try to use this discovery for the non-existent me. You say, what does this mean for me now? Am I free now? You see, all this. If you try to insert the simple discovery of being and that which is aware of being into your story, that is when it'll trouble you.
Yes. Yes. I see. I see. Yes.
You see. So remember my simple game. Whenever the mind says you have to get it, you haven't gotten it yet, you're almost there, you had that experience so many years ago, but it's lost, all that nonsense, just sit for a moment and say, I'm not trying to get it. Let me see if I can stop being. Don't be. You see? And your being is there. It's so apparent. That being has no boundary, it has no limitation, it has no birth, no death. Everything that you're looking for has gone, is your very being. So show me now how you cannot get it. The mind will say, it can't be that simple. I've tried this for so long. All this nonsense, objections will come. No? Like the lawyer for the ego, he'll come and say objection for everything. But just simply check for yourself. Can you not be? Can you leave the awareness of this being? It is so natural, so natural. The instant you are empty of any selfishness, you see, and by selfishness I mean of trying to use this in some way. You see, it's just simple.
It's not that I want to use it. Actually, it's like not making mistakes anymore.
Yeah, but don't try to use it to not make mistakes anymore.
Yes, yes,
It
yes,
just, it just, and I'm not saying this in any harsh way. I'm saying it quite nicely because here also
yes. I
about the spiritual seeker that used to be here, and it wanted to find freedom, which was based on always being in peace, never getting angry. You see, all of
yeah,
the ideas. So, which are very
yes.
simple ideas about what spiritual freedom means. But for a moment, if we forget all that and we just keep it about what I'm saying, which is, can you stop being? Are you not aware? Who is aware of being? These very simple questions is all that the spiritual discovery is about. Everything else takes care of itself.
Hmm. This is so beautiful, so beautiful, so helpful.
Very, very,
Thank you, thank you so much.
oh,
So
so well.
thank you. Thank you. Bye, Father.
Why, my love? Bye-bye. So we must not confuse the spiritual journey. What are we journeying for? What is the end point? Okay? And whatever end point the mind sets for us, you'll always be almost there. Could spend a million lives almost there. Remember, right at the beginning of the journey, you felt you're almost there. Now it's been 20, 30, 40 years, you feel like you're almost there. There's no end to this game, but you can leave that entire construct. How can you not be? Whose being is this? Who's being here? Huh? Who's being? How could you be? Huh? What gives you the right to be? This being the mind cannot understand. Cannot understand. Okay, I see your hands. I'll come to you guys in a moment. Let's see. Let's play some more with this. Let's see. We go to Laura. Laura, can you come? Hello.
Hello, Father.
Hello.
You speak.
I saw that. I saw that. I saw that.
Thank you very much. Um, I I did my transcriptions, and it was very powerful, and I I saw that in that moment you asked me if this recognition was shaky, or it was calm, and and I saw that in that moment it was like kind of shaky, but I didn't know how, I didn't understand everything, nothing,
Yeah, yeah.
and then and then mm, I tried to go more deep in this, and I saw when this is shaky, and I don't know, that was very powerful. And then I ask you about these emotional and sentimental things.
Yeah.
And I also try to see how this is working. And when I got very sentimental or emotional, I can see how this arises and then go, and actually sometimes I don't get involved in that. I just try to center in my heart, and that also was very powerful. And all this happened because I try to go again once and again with the conversation that we had. And also I wanted to thank you because I put these vices and bad habits at your feet, and suddenly everything around me is like changing, and is becoming like more clean, and and I've been clean. So and I'm very happy with this, and that, and my environment is becoming like yes, more clean. So that's my report.
Very good. I'm so happy. I'm so happy to hear. So happy. All my love.
Thank you very much for everything.
Good.
Mhm.
Thank you, my love. Okay, let's go to, who can we go to? All the ones that have their videos off don't want to come? Is that why? Okay. Can we go to Pooja? Pooja Ribeiro. No?
Hello.
Hello.
My phone is very bad. I will just take it out here. Can you hear me?
I hear you well, yes. Yes.
Yeah. Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
It's fun like this, no? It's fun like this to be.
Yeah, it is.
Yes. So how's it going? What's happening?
How can I say? There's been so much and also nothing, you know.
Yes.
What I've experienced what I've seen really is that there was very, very hard days like this last week, and very, very, like I could see things that I've been sitting with during a long time, just burping out, you know.
Yes.
And I thought that, I don't know if I can hear you. Are you muted? Or
I'm not saying anything much yet. I'm just
okay.
not in agreement.
Because I've been kind of very much contemplating them by myself, and kind of using the pointings as much as I can to see that the untrueness of them and not engage the attention.
Yes.
But somehow it's just kind of out of control that they just come out and they're expressed in a way that, yeah, that is not suiting, somehow.
Can you give me an example of what you mean?
That I can see that it's based on separation. It's based on wanting to be with Guruji, wanting to be with Sangha, wanting to be where I've spent some time in Mount Sahaja, and wanting to be there. And also underneath there is some kind of fear in some place, but just this they're based on separation. So there is an attraction and a very big nourishment when there is a presence of such beings that are like just bearing fruits of what he's pointing. So there is still like not kind of fully finding it inside of myself. And also realizing that it has to be found inside of myself, like it has to be here.
This is beautiful already. So these contemplations, what are you hoping to achieve with them?
I found like just but I had like there's a contentment that I'm hoping to achieve. Also,
Take your time.
not a qualityless peace, because I've experienced quality, full peace, but a true peace. And I don't know if it is what I experienced, because I know there's the coming and going, and I can clearly see the strenuous energy of the restless mind in the body, and discern that, and that maybe the wisdom is to see that I'm still here when that happens. But there's still like a wanting to kind of, or an expectation that I'm maybe not supposed to experience that, or just being my fullness, really, like even if that is there, but still like not wanting it, because I've seen also especially being in higher company, I just seen it just vanishing and completely like, what am I speaking about? You know, what is this? And it does not exist, and also energetically it doesn't exist as well. So what is the truth, you know? So it's like, is
Now,
it possible, or am I just wanting something that maybe it is not it, that this vanishes?
yes. So, just to expand on that, so suppose I have 100 grams of attributeless peace. You see, the only attribute is that it's 100 grams. Who would we give it to?
What does it like, attributeless?
A
What do you
quality
mean with
less,
that?
whatever you said,
Huh?
a quality less peace. Is that what you meant?
Uh-huh.
So
Yes.
suppose I have it, right? And now I'm looking for someone to present it to. Who should I give it to?
The one that wants it somehow, that's asking for it.
Yes, but the one with quality, with attributes, cannot hold on to anything which is quality less. You see?
Yeah.
So the one that wants it has a quality of limitation, has a quality of desire, has a quality of wanting itself, isn't it?
Yeah.
So that
Yeah.
one cannot get it.
Yeah. I can see that. Like, I've been seeing that also, like that the clearly that it's just speaking out of my mouth, like also like, wow, that's so like just happy when it's here, and
Yes, yes,
I can see that I'm not that.
yes. And that which is truly that which is truly the self or the being, all that is in service to that being must already be with it, isn't it? Can that which is in service to God or being, can that be taken away, or can God ask for it?
It feels like somehow it cannot be taken away, and
Yeah. So only the one that cannot have it can ask for it. And the one that it comes from, with the very source of it, is always here. So what if I told you that it is the wanting itself which gets in the way? And without the wanting, all that you want is already here. You want to try this as a live experiment?
mhm.
Yes. So, like I've been saying, I don't know when you joined, but don't be for a moment. Try your best to not be, and tell me when you succeed. And don't give it to the mind, because the mind will obviously say, no, no, that can't happen. You see, just actually with the innocence of a child, try not to be.
It right now it's not like this, but I can, maybe the feeling of not being is when sleep takes over, or when a foggy mind is here.
Yeah. So forget all that. Forget all the projections of past and future, mind, everything. Just right now.
Mm-hmm.
Just right now. Don't give it to the intellect at all.
it doesn't, like, I can't try not to be. I can see what I believe prevents me from being,
Yes.
and that is seeing what I believe prevents me from being.
Yes. So that aspect of your being where there is belief and disbelief, don't bother with that aspect of your being. Where is that aspect contained? Can you share a bit about that? I can repeat a bit slowly. So there's an aspect of your being which has the capacity to believe, to judge, to not believe, to let go. So let's not worry about that for a moment. What else is there to you? What else is there to you?
Is like, there's nothing that is engaging in anything.
Yes.
Nothing that is engaging, you know.
Okay, let's try this way. So there's an aspect of your being where all perceptions are perceived. Yes.
Yeah.
So, and that includes that which we call object, it includes thoughts, it includes emotion, sensation, everything. Now, that space in which all of this is there, that space in which all of this is there, is that outside of you?
It's like there's no answer. Like
Yes.
it's not outside of me.
Yes.
It's like I know that it's not outside of me.
Yes. And when we try to look for it, just look for a boundary which would separate the inside from the outside and try to see if body sensations create a boundary, if any other perception creates a boundary, or is your experience of beingness the same on either side of the sensation and therefore it is not binding you. If you come across something which truly acts as a boundary, you can call that out. Is there anywhere where you are less present compared to somewhere else?
It's like I'm more like just settling, in than reflecting.
That's fine. That's fine. Whatever is happening organically is fine.
Mhm.
And whatever is happening, who is aware of it? Who is witnessing the play of perception?
I don't have an answer. Like I don't feel
And yet,
there is an answer.
and
It's
yet you are
just
able to report. No? You are able to say, I see this. Okay, we can even make it simpler. If you can see me on the screen, uh, are you aware of the perception of this hand?
yeah.
So that you that is aware of this perception, what does that look like?
It doesn't.
What quality does it have?
Yes, maybe there's an expectation that I have to answer something, and
There's no such requirement. No such requirement. In fact, whatever you answer will be meaningless anyway. What's more important
yeah,
is the recognition. You see? So, and just all it needs is a little simplicity because we're saying it's so natural, isn't it? I am aware of the perception of your hand. It is I. But this I itself, I don't have a basis, I don't have a phenomenal basis for calling it I. Can we agree there? Can we contemplate this for a moment? I
hmm
am aware. It's so obvious, it's so natural that I am aware, you see, of all these perceptions. You see, and yet this I that is aware, I cannot perceive. And yet, so naturally, all of us call it I. Because if I was to say to you, no, no, it's not you that is aware, it's somebody else, you would say, no, no, Ananta, what are you saying? So clearly I am aware of the perception. But this I that is aware is beyond all perception. No quality applies to it.
Mm-hmm.
On what basis do we call it I? See, only on an intuitive basis. Only in our heart it is so clear, see, that this is what I am. But to the mind, this is all nonsense because it has no way to grasp that which is beyond phenomena.
I'm aware that there's like nothing that is, because you said put aside whatever is blocking this or creating any sense of separation, and it's just arising from time to time. Maybe this one that like a contraction
Okay,
in my chest or whatever, or very subtle,
may I suggest one thing? May I suggest that
which is the mind seeker.
I'm going to suggest something to you, and it has to just be for a few moments, and then you can go back to whatever you like. Uh, just for a few moments, forget about everything that you learned after becoming spiritual. Yes? Is that a deal?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, without any of these spiritual constructs that you learned in spirituality, are you aware of the perception of the hand?
Yeah.
This you, can that be perceived?
No, but I still have a self-image present
Yes, but that,
somewhere.
so if there's a self-image, then all images must be perceived, isn't it? So
Yeah.
there must be an awareness even of that perception.
Yeah.
Yes. So this awareness itself, can you make a painting out of that? What color would
No.
you put? What shape would you put?
No, I can't. It can
Remember, nobody.
sprout. A painting can sprout out of it, like
Yes,
some kind of
yeah,
feeling, whatever. But
yeah,
I cannot.
yes, yes, yes. Then on what basis do you call it you or I?
No basis, like
Exactly,
not in a logic way. I cannot.
exactly. So it's not a mental basis, it's not a perceptual basis, you see, and yet it is so naturally I, the self. You see, and in
Yeah.
scriptures it has told us, the scriptures have told us that the self is beyond all qualities, beyond all perceivable perceptions, and cannot be captured by any concept or thought. You see? And so simply we come to the recognition of it. Don't try to make any meaning out of anything.
Yeah. I can see it. Like it feels like I can see it, but
Yeah,
that it's seen also from time to time. It's obvious,
yeah,
but there's still, I'm living in a timeline, you know? I'm still not living in timelessness.
but you don't know that. You're just presuming that because there is
Yeah.
a repository of seemingly past imagery, but we can't confirm that it really happened. Just like the dream could have started just now, but if somebody says, "What is your name?" you may still say Puja. Who gave you the name? Oh, Guruji. You see, but the dream just started. So the memory is not a valid repository to be able to say this really happened. You see? What can we truly, truly say? Where is the past?
Nothing. It doesn't exist. So it's,
See, it doesn't exist.
yeah.
In fact, you cannot live in time if you tried, because you can never objectify yourself that much. Only when you can make the claim of living in time with the narratives that you share, but you can never actually live there. Try to be an object in time. How would you be? Insert your being into time. You see? Just like this. Like I can put this in time, here it was here now, then in the future it came here. Apparently, we all have to speculate like that. You see, can you do that with your being? In fact,
No.
isn't it the other way around where time is actually the plaything of your being? And it plays attention, in the play of attention, we somehow create a narrative of time. Just like in reading a comic book, if you read it like this, like this, like this, the frames like that, you see, it creates a narrative like that. And time seems to have flown like this way. But if you're reading a Japanese comic book, you're going the other way and it creates a narrative like that.
Mm.
You see?
Hmm.
It's consciousness playing with attention, isn't it?
And um is it of any value to like to put the attention on myself?
Your attention actually can't go to yourself because attention can only go to that which is perceivable. Even if it is complete dark, empty space, it is still perceivable, isn't it? But that which is aware of even dark, empty space, attention cannot go there. Sometimes we use that in satsang, we may say something like this, but that is just like a tool to withdraw attention from other distractions for a moment and maybe rest it in the being. Or when we ask a question like, what is aware even of being? It may seem like attention comes to a sort of darkness or void or emptiness. You see? But that is not the emptiness that we are speaking of. The emptiness that we are speaking of is empty even of the quality of emptiness. So awareness is not like a dark, empty room, you see, because even that is a perception. So attention can bring us quality, it can bring us attributes. But that which is beyond quality and attributes, attention cannot go there. Try to keep your attention on the eye that is aware of all perceptions like we were doing earlier. Can you bring your attention to that? Where will you keep it? Whatever you perceive at that point, ask yourself who is aware of that? Is that captured in the attention? So neither with attention nor with concept can we come to self-recognition. It is just like that. It's just intuitive. Where is this awareness? What is its location? Or more directly, where are you? What is your location? Where are you awareing from? Just sitting there being aware. Where is that? Just chilling, being aware as if you have no other work to do. Where are you? Where are you?
Mhm.
There is no where. There is no where for you. There is no when for you. And there's definitely no why for you. The only worthwhile question worth asking is who? Who am I? Looks like you found some quality less peace there.
Yeah, I feel like the the thing like I can see now is that there's a habit to maybe recapture the words you've spoken, and they kind of arise in this, and maybe that's a trick
Yes. To try
or
and
is a reminder. I don't know.
convert the pure insight into an understanding is a primitive trick of the mind. So don't try to understand it in any concept.
Yeah, it's because you said earlier, like if anger arises, you know,
Yeah.
which is absolutely not here, and it's just an idea.
Yeah.
I can't like I can't understand how can pure being be angry.
Yeah. Yeah. Everything is allowed to come and go, but it itself does not take on any of those positions in reality.
Yeah. I also don't want to be anyone that has to do it by itself, you know?
Ah. Who,
Um,
who are
you
you
know, like
representing?
even
Who are you
because
representing?
I see myself just sitting by myself and rarely like speaking out, like, or, and
Yes,
that's also a trick.
yes. But uh, are you representing yourself as the body mind, or what are you representing yourself as?
That would be as the body mind, but I'm not. So it's,
There's so many body minds to pick from on this Zoom call. All are just objects of your perception. You don't have to limit yourself to just one.
yeah.
Very good. Very good.
Yeah, thank you for
Thank you.
for giving me this opportunity
Very welcome.
to look.
Very welcome.
Very grateful.
Thank
Thank you so much. Love you very much.
you. I love you
Thank
too.
you.
Love you. Okay, let's go to those who have had their hands up. Let's go to Warjo. Warjo. I'm very bad at pronouncing name. See him anymore? Oh, there you are, my dear. Yes, yes.
Yes. Thank you.
Good. Very good. Very good. Best conversation. It's quite a conversationalist, no? I love it. I love it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, my love. Thank you so much. Very good. Let's go to Claudia. I haven't heard from her in a bit.
Hello.
My love.
Hello. I wanted to thank you because from satsang to satsang, the recognition is really experienced.
Very good.
It's not anymore my mind coming in and saying, are you sure? Is it real? Is it that? It's really pure and stable and experienced. But before you said the unreal me, and then it popped up, this unreal me, it's not experience, it is like that because it's written, it's a concept, but yes, I don't experience that.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. It's just a story, just a narrative.
Yes.
And because there has been belief in the past in the narrative, so the narrative needs to have a central character. You see, and the central character is what we've called me. But now, as the narrative is falling away, and what you're recognizing is yourself to be that which is so beyond the linear narrative or the story, then all of this me has no legs to stand on. No legs to stand on because it's never, like you said, it's never a tangible experience anyway.
That's right, no legs to stand on, but not experienced. It's still there.
The me is still there.
Yes. Can it be, or some?
Let's look together.
Yes.
Together. Can you show me where it is?
No.
No.
Or maybe yes, body or this.
The body is not the me because the body doesn't want freedom. You see, the body is not having trouble in relationship. The body doesn't even have trouble with body. The body doesn't say, I want healthier body. You see, the body is quite an innocent instrument, like this cup.
Yeah.
You see?
Yes.
So,
Yes.
so the body cannot be me. And if you really took yourself to be just the body, then why would you come to
No,
satsang?
no, I don't. No, I don't.
Exactly, exactly. You would not come to satsang because there's nothing
Yeah.
for the body in satsang.
Yeah.
So,
But what is the unreal me then? It's
Huh?
what is the unreal
the
me?
unreal me is just like if you were to sit and start thinking about one woman who's sitting on the banks of the Ganga and she's had a tough life, you see, and more thoughts that you put into this narrative, the more true that character sitting on the banks of the Ganga will seem. So, in the same way, we fed an idea about ourselves with all these thoughts and ideas about what is good, what I like, what I don't like, what do I really want, all of these things. So, it feels like there's a real character there. You see? So,
No, that is not there anymore.
that's
This
not
has gone. This
very,
has gone.
very good. And that's why it's unreal.
Aha.
You see? It's not real. Only the unreal can be gone. No? The real cannot come and go.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So very good. I like the innocence. I like this integrity. Very nice. Very,
Thank you.
oh, very good. Very good. Very good. So happy. So very nice. It's so good to keep it so uncomplicated, you know, unburdened by concept. Just simply looking. Okay, I don't find such a me. It's gone. It's gone. Simple. Very nice. I like it. Okay, let's go to Keisha.
Hello.
My dear.
Thank you for the unexpected request to sing. It brought up a lot of sensation.
I did warn you, to be fair. I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At my time though, so it's morning for me.
I see, I see, I see.
So when I woke up at 4:30 a.m. and
Yeah,
I saw it,
yeah.
I was like, "Oh, I have an hour."
Uh-huh.
So thank you. Mine wants to come up with a lot of stories around it.
I
But
can tell you a story about this, the
yeah,
singing thing. I remember that Radha from Bangalore, she was going to record her first album to Monte Sahaja. And I remember telling her that it's very good, you go and you sing, but if you come back a singer, then I'm going to chop your head off. So, because many of these things can have subtle ways of identity building. Did I sing well? Did I sing badly? What does he think? What does the sangha think? You know, all of these things then can create this identity of being a singer. So, the same advice I would have for you. Like, you came up, you sang, like the singing happened, and it's over now. Forget it. Don't like attach to any sort of singer type notion.
right. It's more about like the um, definitely taking judgments around it, about quality and things like that. But when I removed that, it was more about the energy behind it,
Yeah.
and the release behind it more
Yeah.
than
So forget
the
about that also.
quality of it. Yes. Yeah.
Energy is whose problem?
Yours.
Everything is consciousness. So the source of all seeming energy is consciousness itself. So
Right.
there's nothing uh, for us to try and evaluate or or even to judge or label and say, this is energy, and this is, because actually everything that is appearing is energy that way.
Yes. Yes. And I rewatched a lot of our satsangs and exchanges for the past few days.
Yeah.
And there's you say the same thing to me in all of them. And
I'm saying the same thing to everyone.
to everybody, yeah, it really is the same thing to
Yeah.
everybody. And
Because really, as I was
there's
saying to the previous questioner, that there's only one spiritual problem, and which is the misidentification or the play of identification. And the solution only is to come to a true recognition of what we are. So the question is always the same and the answer is always the same. Only the expression seems to be a bit different based on the conditioning that we may have picked up over the years.
yes, yeah, and I just feel there's a lot of sensation happening, and it's okay. It's
As
okay.
long
I
as
just
Yes, as long as you're not buying into any interpretation of that, you see, then consciousness is dealing with it in its own beautiful way. The minute we interpret to mean something, you see, then it inadvertently inserts this play of personhood into that. Because the meaning is always limited compared to what it is in actuality, and limitation implies ego. You see what I'm saying? So sensation, allow it to remain in pure perception.
yeah.
Nothing is too big for consciousness to deal with. The minute we say it is a lot, for example, then we have made ourselves tinier than what we are,
Mm,
isn't it?
yeah.
How many waves are a lot for the ocean? But how many waves are a lot for a single wave? You see? Just a few is a lot for a single wave. You see? So if we believe a boundary about ourselves, you see, and sometimes the notion itself contains the boundary line, isn't it? So if the notion is, oh, that's a lot of sensation, you see? So then in that agreement that that is a lot, we are making ourselves into a little bit. But empty of that interpretation, what is your size?
Just here,
What can
existing.
overwhelm you in your reality? How many kilograms of sensation is a lot? You have kilogram pounds. How many pounds?
I don't know.
I'm not asking for any sort of denial or looking away from what is appearing. I'm just asking for a full openness to whatever is appearing. And I can guarantee it that in the full openness, it is the magnificence of your being which is meeting whatever is being created within itself. And for the magnificent being, no matter what it is never too much. And this you're recognizing. You see? You're recognizing this. Because although sometimes the mouth may say, wow, there's so much of this and whatever, but actually in your heart you're seeing it. That just playing out.
Yeah, yeah. I just I really just wanted to connect with you too, because and maybe it's personal love, but I feel you so powerfully these days, and the interaction was so limited before, and you're just so everywhere and so powerful, and to take that for granted is such a flaw, because this is this is the life that we're here now, and I cannot take that for granted and take you for granted, because you are not just you're not just Ananta, you are my soul, and it's becoming more and more apparent, and I never have been a devotional kind, just untrusting by birth.
By birth,
Is,
I see.
it must have been by birth, yeah. It
This
just
came
came
out of
like
the womb and
that.
said, "Are you really my mom?"
I really did, question everything, doubt everybody.
Good. That's good.
And
Just to question, it's very Descartian, no? Just like niti niti. It's very good.
yes.
Very
So,
good. So don't worry. You said very beautifully that the master is not, of course, not this man called Ananta. It is your very being, your very divine presence, the Sadguru within. And of course, you will feel a lot of love for that. Now, what happens is that because it is something that the mind is not used to, it tries to understand it and put it in a box. Like in India, we say, Guru Mata Pita, Guru Bandhu Zakha, which means that the Guru is the mother, it's the father, it is the brother, sister, and the friend. You see? So, but the mind cannot actually fathom a love which is so broad. So, it will try to put that love into a box. Actually, love is never personal. It is the want and the desire which is personal. Love is always free, it's always open. You see? So what happens is, because this love which you're feeling for your own divinity can seem so big, so broad. You see, the mind can say, "Oh, what's really happening to you? What is this personal?" You see? Like this kind of fear, and this it's natural for these kind of things to happen. Don't worry, don't worry. As you're remaining in your openness and emptiness, this will get clarified, and you realize that there's truly nothing personal about it. Although the mind may try to push that box to you again and again. Don't bother with it. Don't worry. It's taken care of. And you'll see this. It's not that small that it can just be personal. It's much beyond. This is your love for God. It is your love for divinity. It is the love for yourself. It is the broadest kind of love that we can have. All right.
okay. Thank you. I love you.
Love you too, again. Okay, let's go to Brahm. Brahm, Ladia, and Santiago.
Namaste, Father.
Namaste.
Just so happy to have the privilege of being in Satsang with you today. I just want to take this opportunity to express this gratitude, this love, and the absolute blessing of in this life having beings like Guruji, like yourself in our lives, and to have these heads at the feet of the Master is just indescribable.
I'm very happy
And
to
just
see you. I'm very happy to see you all as well. You all living together now? I see Ladia is also there. Maybe you told me last time.
We're actually in quarantine in Monte Sahaja.
Ah, wonderful. It's so good. What better place can there be to quarantine?
Yes. And just full blessing to you on Guru Purnima and to Guruji, and it really feels like every day is Guru Purnima, you know, with this grace of the Master, just never ending. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your beautiful blessings and good wishes as well, and same to all of you. And I know some in India are celebrating Guru Purnima today, and some are celebrating tomorrow. So it doesn't matter which day it is, but any excuse to have our heads at the Master's feet is beautiful and auspicious. So all my blessings, all my love to all of you on this day of bringing the Master to the forefront of our hearts. And may this day be just the rest of our lives. We also have a little bit of a celebration planned tomorrow for a little bit of time, maybe 11 o'clock. 11 o'clock India time, we have some little bit puja in Guruji's mandir and nice celebration. So tomorrow is the main day when we are celebrating here. But I'm so glad you reminded me of this today as well. Thank you. All right.
May we sing a little song, Father? I don't know if the microphone here is so well, but
it's very good. Please.
Omkar Guruji, Omkar, Omkar Guruji, Omkar, Omkar Guruji, Omkar, Omkar Guruji, Omkar. Omkar Guruji, Omkar, Omkar Guruji, Omkar, Omkar Guruji, Omkar, Omkar Guruji, Omkar. Omkar Guruji, Omkar, Omkar Guruji, Omkar, Omkar Guruji, Omkar, Omkar Guruji, Omkar. Omkar Guruji, Omkar, Omkar Guruji, Omkar, Omkar Guruji, Omkar, Omkar Guruji, Omkar. Omkar Guruji, Omkar, Omkar Guruji, Omkar, Omkar Guruji, Omkar, Omkar Guruji,
Omkar Guruji, Omkar Guruji, Omkar Omkar Guruji Omkar
Om Guruji
Omkar Guruji Omkar Guruji
Omkar Guruji Omkar
Very beautiful. Very beautiful. And this is a beautiful way. Everyone has Guruji in their hearts. And although in the expression of the play of life, it can seem chaotic. It can seem chaotic. But if all of us just keep the Master's presence in our hearts, it's all fine. You see, nothing bothers us, nothing troubles us. If you don't have the idea of perfection or life having to go only a certain way, then all this play of life with all its colors and flavors can happen, you see, and it doesn't trouble us. Beautiful, beautiful. Not sure if I can answer any more questions. I want to go to Selva because I don't feel like we've spoken before. Let's go to Selva. Can you unmute, my dear? Not allowing you? Ah, there you go.
Yeah, Namaskaram, Anantaji. I have come and met you a couple of times
Oh,
in Delhi.
yes. You took your look. Uh-huh.
Yeah, so maybe I looked a little different that time.
Mustache and yes.
So just wanted to thank you today being the day of Guru Purnima, and I think you have. I mean, I cannot simply express how I have been helped by your pointings, and so one thing that I want to share now is that as we be in your presence and as we listen to you, things become apparent. And where I used to sort of get stuck was in the habit of re-knowing it. So, okay, now once I step out of satsang,
Yes.
okay, now let me approach the same way, the way Anantaji did, and try to re-know it. Go back to that clarity. So that was one place where I was going back again and again, and it was bringing in a sense of frustration that I'm not able to do it like the way it was done during the satsang.
Yes.
But as I'm not sure from where the help comes, but it's so beautiful that, right. So once we again go back to the basics, even that is getting settled, and that habit is also sort of losing its effect or gravity, and we are just able to sit and relax in something which is still behind all this, and sort of let loose. Okay, fine. So, and yeah, I think it couldn't have happened uh, without your help or without your guidance or help. I'm not able to put it exactly, and for that I really, because I honestly feel that is a great place to be stuck, and it's never easy to even recognize or acknowledge that and step out of it. And I really thank you from deep inside for helping me even without myself knowing about it. Even it takes a while to even recognize that I have been helped that way. So even to have given that capacity to recognize and acknowledge that I have been helped, and to stay in this process, and to stay in the basics, right? So I'm just again seeking your blessings, because there's a lot of temptation still hanging around to go to experiences, and to 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 continue certain, to stay in the zone, to continue to gain further momentum in the course of experiencing. But again, to my wonder, I see that even that is also sort of getting dropped, that is not needed. And I'm still wondering how can I be not chasing such things. And I just want to be this way, with that guidance that is coming from. And for that I am seeking your blessings more and more, not to fall into baits, and to simply stay unperturbed in this process, and to be always in the basics, and to stay there, to uncover, and to have it as a live process without chasing shadows. So again, I just want to thank you, and seek your blessings more and more. And I'm waiting to, probably, I'm not sure, due to, I wanted to even come last year, corona situations, and we couldn't even plan a travel. So I'm just thinking of, I mean, I just visualize that so the next day I'm going to come and be in your presence there. But one thing, one another beautiful thing is that even that wanting seems to also come down a bit. I mean, the guidance is there, and it's okay that if I don't come and meet you today or tomorrow, the moment I seek help, sort of I close my eyes, things are already resolved. And the only thing that I keep doing is that I keep wondering at it, how it is resolved. I mean, I had to be doing something, but it's already resolved. So it takes some time to accept that only. So for that acceptance, I seek your blessings more and more, to see that things are already resolved when we remember you, to stay in that zone. So I just, on this day, I wanted to seek your blessings, Anantaji. Thanks a lot.
Very beautiful report, and truly touched my heart. And thank you. It's such a joy to hear you, because I remember that for quite some time, these questions would keep bothering you. But now I love the way you're saying, just stick to the basics. If you just keep it simple, just keep it simple. And I'm so happy that you have this sense in your heart, this clarity in your heart, that you're held, you're taken care of, no matter what life is throwing at you. So I'm truly touched by seeing you like this today. I'm very happy. Very happy.
Thank
All,
you,
all
Anantaji.
love, all my blessings, always.
Thank
Very, because sometimes what can happen is that we can feel like, oh, like all my questions have to be resolved, and why isn't he answering me? These kind of things can come. But like I say often, satsang is just 1% in the words, and that 1% is also too much. You see? That feeling of presence, of the divine presence in the heart, that just takes care of everything. It takes care of everything. So the words are just a bridge to get you to that divinity which is already present in your heart, and that's their only purpose. You see? But once in your heart you truly want God, you truly want the truth, it is not possible for God to abandon you. And whatever instruments come in the form of masters, they're just instruments of that divine presence, of the divine force. So all my love, all my blessings.
Thank you, Ananta-ji.
Very,
Awesome.
very good, very good. Let's see what shows up now. Let's go to law. Huh? Falafel. Laurent. No, Laurent.
Laurence.
Laurence.
Oh, I love you so much. Oh. Oh. Truly, thank you for the rediscovering of this laughter, this joy, this joy. Okay.
Very good. Very, very
good. There is going to be a falafel report, but
yeah.
This song came. Oh yes, it's joy to the world. The self is found in everyone in the sangha. And yet can it be found, would say, beloved Guruji, for in truth the self you are, and in truth the self I am. Yes, in truth the self I as you can only be.
That's very nice.
Yes.
Very nice.
Oh God.
I'm so glad we record these things.
Yes. Okay, little report about the falafel.
Please. Yeah.
I'm so glad I took this spiritual name, because actually a falafel can only be eaten, right?
Yeah.
So the spiritual eye is eaten
Yeah.
gracefully. Fantastic. So I love this. The way you said la douce falafel. And it's l'as du falafel.
L'as du.
L'as du falafel. And do you know what it means? It means the ace of falafel.
The ace, like the best. Ace. Like the best.
Yes, like the best. And what is absolutely great is that there was this little, let me find the picture again. Yeah. There was, oh yes, to the right, it's written, toujours imité, jamais égalé. And that means always imitated, never equaled.
I see. Look at
Isn't that perfect? Isn't that it?
That's it. That's it. The great imitation by the ego, but never equal. Very good. Very nice.
Isn't that fantastic? L'as du falafel.
Let's get the falafel next time I come to Paris. Yes? You
Yes, I don't live in Paris, but I'll come to Paris whenever you come. That's for sure.
Done.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank
you.
you.
Guruji.
So glad.
Thank you.
I'm so happy to meet you in this so light and way. It's very beautiful. Yeah.
Oh, yes. Thank you. Mm.
All my love. All my love. Okay, let's go to Poonam.
Namaste, Father.
Namaste, my dear. Namaste.
Actually, last time you said just on the guidance, like just arms up and loosen everything. And but I was so stick to that. It didn't happen immediately. It took a lot of time. But just I kept in this thing inside. Yes, this is what I need to do. But it was not happening. It happened after a long time, naturally. Then for last 2 3 days what happened that naturally there was a natural alertness, knowingness, awareness, everything
Yeah,
body was doing and outside everything was happening naturally,
very good.
but still there was a alertness
Yeah,
that I could make it out in a particular incident. Yes, there is a alertness, something happened. I was like outside, I was very in a loose manner, not very alert, but still instantly that moment I could catch that. Then there was a confirmation that no, whatever is happening there is natural awareness.
yes, yes, yes.
But then after 2 3 days what happened at that moment, it just shifted. And at that moment when it shifted, even I was aware that yes, it is shifted in that particular moment only. But when shifted and then fear entered, oh, not again. Again, emotional reactions will come, outbursts will come. And then fear slowly, steadily, I was watching, it was taking overpower me. And no matter what I tried to, like, just to be aware, not give in to that, but I just give in to that after 2 3 days. And then again, the same story happened, and even it was happening, and I was aware internally ki, look, again you have involved with the false self and you did the same thing. But it was like a compulsive habit, like action is going on. It was not in my control. I was just doing that. No, I was aware, but still I was doing that.
Yes, yes.
But what happens after that? I feel so guilty. I feel so bad. Again, I did this. Again, I did this. Then all the criticism, everything just starts. And then question came, ki, actually that awareness was not true. It was attention based. That is why you shifted.
Okay. I'm with you. I'm with you. Thank you for reporting this, and I can see how much weight it has for you. So just know that I'm always with you. I'm always with you. Firstly, and don't have to pressurize yourself so much. Uh, I'm not leaving you. Okay, we will see through this together. Don't worry. So firstly, just allow yourself to feel reassured about that. That whatever is your highest desire in your heart, God, the self, it is going to be found. It is going to be realized. Don't worry. Yeah. So now in that reassurance, everything else can be a bit lighter, smoother. Don't have to uh, make it like, oh, I did that. I shouldn't have done this. You see, that was not real awareness. This. So I'll give you some tips today also. But my throat is feeling a bit tired, so we may not be able to speak for long. But I'm always there. I'm always there with you. And so what I want to tell you is that, and you noticed also that actually even when attention is going to fear, attention is going to thought, even when you're believing something, you're taking yourself to be the limited identity, that which is aware of all of this play of perceptions, that remained untouched, isn't it?
Yeah.
So now this awareness is what you truly are, and that remains untouched. See? There is no other you in reality. You see? All other you is just an idea, is just notional.
Okay.
So whatever is appearing and disappearing in the life of Poonam, that doesn't touch awareness in any real way. You see? Now, but if you want to make Poonam's life into a true representative of awareness, that will start becoming problematic.
Oh,
You see?
yes.
Why should Poonam's life be representative of awareness? No life can actually represent awareness. So
This is what.
as you make it empty of that expectation, ये अभी ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए, अभी सिर्फ ऐसा होना चाहिए, then Poonam can be the play of the body mind that we call Poonam in the light of consciousness can just happen naturally. No? So sometimes some anger is coming, sometimes some fear is coming. It's okay. It's all the sugar and spice of life.
Yeah. But then ego identities comes up very strongly.
Yes, but the ego identity is already there when we are trying to
Yeah.
control our life in that way.
Right.
See? So it only seems to get amplified. But the subtext is already the ego identity, which is saying, no, now in this life, this should happen only like this.
Yeah.
You see? That is not surrender. That although we want to find the highest, when we try to squeeze that into this body-mind expression, then that is not a true surrender. True surrender is Tvam Karta, Tvam Bhokta. You are the doer, you are the experiencer. As I joke with some of the Sangha here, sometimes Menuki, huh? How is it your problem? So that is surrender. So surrender is to leave everything to consciousness. You are the doer, you are the experiencer. To recognition is to realize that you are that awareness which remains untouched by any of this play. So in either way, it is none of your business actually.
True.
You see? But if you make it your business, then that is the ego.
Actually, indirectly, I was controlling actually.
Correct. So anytime we want to take control of the narrative, the story, only this should happen, this should not happen, you see, then that we don't realize that the spiritual aspect or the spiritual avatar of the ego is one of the most oppressive egos out there. Yes, because it has many do's and don'ts and rights and wrongs and shoulds and shoulds.
Yeah.
You see? So let go of that. Just let go of that. Allow your life to be run by consciousness as consciousness. You see? Whatever it is doing, it is fine. Because otherwise, what it can, without realizing, we want to make this body mind into an enlightened one. The body mind can never be the enlightened one,
Oh.
isn't it?
True.
So to give it that freedom, to give the world full freedom, give this body mind full freedom, because include it in the world, because it is an appearance as the rest of the world. You see, so don't impose some special rules on this particular appearance. That now you have to represent only truth or something like that. No expression can live up to that. You see? Like Ananta can't express truth. I cannot speak the truth. I try to speak the truth, but the truth cannot be spoken. Then how will we become? You see, that way. So just allow this body to be the instrument of the light of consciousness, of the Sadguru's presence. And whatever word it puts in this mouth to speak, like Guruji puts the words in this mouth, these words come out. You see, same way, allow whatever is put there by the Master's grace to come out. But don't judge it.
Okay.
It's a very simple and easy way of life.
Yeah.
Very, very natural. With no judgments, no spiritual benchmarks. It should be like this only, it should not be like that. Just empty, just open and empty with all of that. Open and empty doesn't mean that the expression is only always, I'm so open and empty. You see, it's like that. The expression could be in a work meeting, it could be in an argument with the partner, it could be all that could be happening, but inwardly you're open and empty.
Yeah.
You see? And even if inwardly you are not open and empty, surrender that to the Guru, surrender that to the Sadguru's grace. Because who can take care of it better? You or the Sadguru?
Of course, sir.
Exactly. So you don't take any pressure about this.
Right. But that's my issue actually mainly because I take control unknowingly and then start doing the same thing.
Yes. And that is how the spiritual ego is built actually. We don't realize it, but that is
Hmm.
spiritual ego.
Yeah.
Now I have to always remain like this. Now I have to, and we don't realize, but it's full of specialness. No? And what's so
Very.
special about me that I should always remain like this? So which is just
True.
surrender that and say, whichever way God keeps me is fine. The mind will come up with a lot of objections. But
Yeah.
this, what about that? Just leave it all. Surrender all those objections also to Sadhguru's grace.
Yes.
But you will notice that it will expose all your spiritual desires. In the butt,
Yeah.
it will expose all the spiritual desires. Will I
Okay.
truly become free like this? Is it? Or what if I just go the wrong way and I forget about spirituality if I just surrender? Is it? So it's
Yeah. This fear comes.
tendency is getting more and more exposed with the butts. Just let go. Give full freedom to the world, to the body, mind, everything. Leave it fully free. Nothing.
That's not coming actually. Something is holding on.
You give that something to me. That something will only propose ideas to you.
Right.
Let go of its ideas. It has no other power except to propose ideas, to propose notions to you, to propose desire to you, to propose specialness to you, to propose even spirituality to you.
Yeah.
But now you have to go beyond even spirituality.
True.
It's scary. It's scary to the mind because it is focused on spirituality for so long. To feel like, but that's the core of my life. Without my spiritual journey, what am I?
No, it's beautiful. I know this thing because I experienced, I tasted that freedom.
Yeah.
But the problem is that still, despite knowing the fact, I am still holding on to. Why I'm holding, that's the main issue for me.
Surrender the main idea that you end up buying.
Okay.
What is the main idea? Expose it.
Sometimes I feel I'm not honest actually. I'm just doing the drama outside. Yes, I want to see the truth. I want to realize the truth. But actually, somewhere I'm tempted to society's pleasures and all the body mind pleasures. I just want to, like, first I will get this and then I will come to this.
Yeah. So this
These things.
idea of unworthiness. This is the idea of
Yeah,
unworthiness.
exactly. This is it.
Very, very prevalent in spiritual seekers. So whether you're attracted to whatever is whose problem, is it? Leave it. You did not create that. You have nothing to do with it. Just leave it. Don't worry. Anybody who's attracted to anything else cannot come to a second satsang which is so direct. first satsang, somebody may have pulled you in, some friend may have said, come, this is good. You see, but after hearing first satsang, to come back for second satsang, I know in your heart you want the truth. So you don't have to convince yourself. I am there with you.
Thank you.
Don't judge yourself in any way. Don't judge yourself in any way. Just return to the innocence of a child.
That's what I'm missing actually.
When my daughter was very little, no, I don't know where it came from, but she used to love Amul butter. You know, she used to love Amul butter. So whose fault is it? Is it her fault? But she was a 1-year-old. No? So God has put it there. God took care of it. It's okay. Don't have to worry.
Thank
Very, very, very. Really strong questions from the ones that have hands up. Because my throat is really starting to little pain. Just tell me. Leela is really strong. Laila? Kind of? Okay, come.
I put my hand up and down so many times. I kept thinking you're going to be finished. But I just, this is such a high vibration satsang. I don't want to leave it. I don't want you to end it. But yeah, I don't want to go back to me. I'm still in all the health stuff. I won't go into it at all, but still full in the drama, full in the identification with being terrified of it. That I was looking at your book, what is it? Of the heart, right here. The knowing of the heart, yes. And there's one line that somehow is getting through more than some things. It's I don't know about an exact quote, but what is most apparent, I think. Or I don't know if it's what is most apparent now. And when I read that, it sort of, there's a clearing, like a clearing, but like an empty, putting it into words, an empty screen, and like trying to sort of put it into words. Yesterday I was just thinking it's like, and I think this is sort of ruining the whole thing, but trying to put it into words, just like existence itself, like just existence, but not no I exist, just existence. And it's just like kind of wanting to hold on to that and grasp onto that and to just
actually
be with that instead of all the fear. And I don't know if that's maybe that, I mean that's just trying to hold on to something, and
actually
it's
nothing,
visible.
Sorry, just pause there before I forget. There is nothing wrong with I exist, you see? Because it is only the true you that exists. The ego or the idea of you never exists. You see?
I'm still really pulled into the, as soon as you say the word I, it's going to personal and it's going to the fear. So it seems such a relief to just say existence and no putting the I on it. I don't know if that's okay.
That's fine for the moment. It's completely fine.
For now.
Because we have used the term I, which Guruji calls the chameleon I. The chameleon I is so broad that we use it for our ego, we use it for our attention, we use it for our being, we also use it for ourselves as awareness. So, but because we have seemingly used it so much for our identity, then anytime it shows up I, it seems to carry the baggage of identity. So for a while, it's okay to not use it. It's fine.
Okay, good. Okay. I somehow needed permission since a week is going by. I just somehow needed that. Okay. Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
And this was an amazing satsang.
Oh,
I wish I could take it with me.
you
Take it
will.
with me.
You will.
Yes. All right. Thank you.
It's
Thank
more
you.
than one. Like you will carry it, of course, with you in your heart, but also we have recordings and things, so
Yes.
it's with
Yeah.
you. With you.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay. Okay, let's go to Jada.
Hello, Father. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, but I don't know if I can speak so much. let's hear
Okay.
what you say.
It, I don't feel like it's a question, but more like I'm just burning incredibly, and I don't know if it should be offered up or not, if I just could allow it or not, I don't know, but yeah, I don't know, just so much complaining was with me. Actually, I just realized that it was always with me, always, and it was always towards outside. And I just come to recognize it when I had a chance to be alone, because when I'm with people, it's very easy to blame them. But when you are by yourself, there is no one to blame, and still these things are with you, then you really have to face that, yes, they are with you also. And yeah, first I wanted to offer this complaining and this full of, to be full of with myself, actually, like always thinking about myself. And yeah, I realized it. I wanted to offer this because I also was like Lila, that I put my hand up and hand down, and I just don't want to carry this thing anymore because it's our 7th week with you, this coming and then again and again, and it just starts like this within me. And today I want to just give final to this meeting with you. And one more thing also, which is related with this complaining thing. Of course, there's so much sensitivity in this body, but for all of us. Yet I want to, there is also so much weakness, like, okay, sensitivity can be okay, but I feel like with me, it's very like weakness, just so much easily be pulled away or something. I don't know now. Yeah.
All my love, all my blessings always with you. But only last thing I'll say, because my throat is full gone now, is try to contemplate on the questions I've asked you. Try to contemplate on those, because like I was saying, there's no other solution. The only problem is what you take yourself to be. The only solution is the recognition of what you truly are. You see, the rest is all ephemeral. It comes and goes. It will keep rotating unless you uh, really recognize the root of it. And in our previous conversations, I've given you some questions, and I'm happy. I'm happy next time also if you can report something on that. That'll be nice as well.
Okay. But may I ask you a question, Father? Just small one, or no question.
Let's hear.
This complaining things which I experience and this burning, because I never experienced attack towards you also. Like I always feel so much love towards you and Guruji, but after this very intense period, it's this not complaining, but this also turned towards you, and I I don't know, it just comes like this, and I just want to ask that it is some kind of results that this intense looking, is it something like this? I don't know. I wanted to hear from you.
Yes, 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 of course. Of course it will come. All anger, frustration, complaining, everything will come. And there is not one child in the Sangha in the last 8 years who don't go through those phases. So it's very natural when we are digging out the false identity, there's bound to be some of that. You know, it's very rare for it not to come. So I'm very used to that coming. But I'm with you, and we can see this through. But nothing will take me away from what I want to guide you to, in spite of whatever you may complain or not complain. It's fine.
Okay, this was the only thing, because I cannot bear to not feel the love towards you. Even though I know that I love you all the time, I cannot bear to feel this love. So if it is like this, then I'm just so okay. So thank you for this.
We complain with our parents, although we love them. It's fine. In your complaints also, I only hear it's fine. Don't worry. And no parent abandons their children because the children are complaining. So don't worry. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, let's play a bhajan. Or someone want to sing?
Vanachare Vrikshavalli Amasuri Vanachare Vrikshavalli Amasuri Vanachare Vakshihi Suswade Ayave Vakshihi Suswade Ayave Panduranga Hari Jai Jai Panduranga Hari 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 Panduranga 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 Gurupala Panduranga 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 Gurupala Jai Jai Panduranga Hare Panduranga Hare Krishna Krishna
Thank you all so much for being in Satsang today. Sadhguru Shri Muji Baba ki Jai.
Sadhguru Shri Ananta-Part ki Jai.
Guru Kripa Kevala.